After some break due to real-life duties, I'm back with another Wizard Speed build. This is the one I currently farm with, and it's a very well balanced one in terms of XP per hour and loot, and I believe this is the natural progression from the GR90 version I previously released a video about. This version is heavily damage focused, as apart from the smoldering core, it stacks all the damage multipliers available. Even the skill choice maximizes damage output, a bit more about that later. Due to being able to fit in a Guardian set, this is probably also the tankiest Tal Rasha speed build you can run. On top of these, it is also very simple to play, as you are effectively only spamming 2 or 3 buttons throughout the whole rift. Let's quickly go over the gear used. So the idea is to fit in 3 different sets, namely the Oak Hills, the Guardians, and of course the Tal Rasha 6-piece. For this to work, we need to wear a Tal Rasha offhand and the amulet as well, while we also need to give up one of our rings for a Ring of Royal Grandeur. We of course need to make sure to equip a Nilfur's Boast and the Halo of Karini for the insane damage and toughness boost, while the Ether Walker single-handedly solves our mobility issues. After this, we just need to finish the build with our remaining damage multipliers by cubing a Grand Vizier, a Mempo of Twilight and a Squirt's Necklace, and we are ready to start smashing. There's one thing that you might want to look out for is to include a few resource cost reduction rolls here and there to smooth out the weaker rounds a bit. Even if we basically have no room to change up our items, at least we can play around with the skills we use. There are multiple valid skill sets you can run, but the 2 main ones I had success with are these, with one of them having slightly better mobility and less resource issues, while the other one having slightly more damage, toughness and control. I ended up picking the latter as I feel that the Calamity Rune and Teleport is just incredibly valuable in speed content for a number of reasons. First and most obvious is that it seizes enemies and locking them in place until your meteors fall on their heads, which is especially useful against certain elites who would wiggle around, making it hard to hit them with meteors. It is also useful to avoid taking damage and therefore preserve our Skur's buff, while it contributes to more auto meteors, which is some nice additional damage as well. So after the build is set, the gameplay follows like this. As the rift starts, pop all your buffs and your potion, press Frost Nova and drop a single meteor to acquire all the Tal Rasha stacks. After that, just start teleporting forward and jump on top of bigger trash packs or elites to stun them, press Diamond Skin for resource cost reduction and the extra shield, while hold down meteor aiming into the middle of the density. The key to efficiently move through the rift is to find the rhythm between teleport and meteor casts, which two should be alternated all the time. But once you have this, it becomes a very powerful and chill build at the same time. And this is pretty much it, just don't forget to press your potion once every 30 seconds. So there you have it. I'm having a lot of fun with this currently, but I have other viable variants in mind as well. This version can easily go over 120 with stable 2-minute runs. As you can see in the background, even with my rather low Paragon and mediocre gear, I could get some pretty good results. So anyway, I hope you find the video useful. As always, I include the planner link in the description while I show my gear at the end too. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.
Priceless gems don't just leap into my pockets, you know.
You will stop stealing after a point then?
Anything's possible.